Okay, as promised, we have the Penrith Panthers video for their future season. Now, they finished 7th last year. They got into Finals Footy, which is a good performance considering the side they had. That's 2 years on the trot they've got in. Good. But they've lost Matt Moylan to the Sharks, so the intercity rival there. And he was their captain as well. So that is a crucial off-season move. Now, that leaves Nathan Cleary as a very young halfback, and with Peter Wallace, which is not this with the worst combination. With Peter Wallace being a bit more experienced, he's not an out. Peter Wallace is not a star player. He's a good player, and Nathan Cleary has played well since he's come into the side, but he's still exceptionally young. I don't think he's even 20 yet. Has a lot of responsibility for such a key position. Now, Campbell Gillard, I think, is a future captain of the club. He's had a very good World Cup. He showed good qualities in that World Cup. He's shown good qualities in the regular season and in the Finals Footy. That moustache is just Freddie Mercury-esque and is his trademark, and I think that is part of his image, is to be different. And with Tenny Zelezniak, he's not an out-and-out fullback. He's more of a winger. Now, there are other wingers and outside backs playing at this club, but these are the key players that I've picked out. I'm not going to go too in-depth because I want to keep the videos reasonably short, and then you, as the fans, can point out your players to watch. But these are my players to watch. As of the squads that I've got, that I found, the information that I found, that is as up to date as I can possibly find it, because this is the UK, not Australia, so our media is useless when it comes to following the NRL. But Campbell Gillard, I think, is the future captain. He's the future. He's now the franchise player. He's the club player now. Nathan Cleary is a very young halfback, and it's a crucial position, so they need to try and protect him as much as possible. If that means Wallace does a lot more kicking and take some pressure off him, fine. But that is a key position, and I don't want him to take a regressive step backwards because of injury or he's been targeted. And other teams will target that channel because he is so young. He's a big bloke, but he's a young bloke, and it's all to do with what's up here. It's not his physicality that's problem. It's what's up here. Will under pressure, will he, express himself? The fact that Matt Moylan had some off-field incidents of disciplinary issues last season and therefore missed some games as well has possibly sped up his exit out the door. Possibly. He's a very good fullback, very good 5'8". If he has to play in the halves as well, he's very good there. But those off-field disciplinary issues have been an issue for Penrith over the years. They haven't really replaced Jamie Soward at halfback either. Yes, he's now long gone, but the last couple of years, Moylan's played in there, Cleary's burst onto the scene, Moylan's gone back to fullback, Wallace is not consistently fit enough. So there's a few issues round that position. And we shall have to see going forward, what happens. I think this year at Penrith, they're not going to make the 8. I feel that. I think it's more of a transition period between you say you're captain. They have a very small squad as well. Canterbury, I think, have a good 8 more players in the first team, on the periphery of the first team squad, so their squad's smaller, because they have less depth. They could still make more signings, yet there's still a good 3-4 months before the season actually starts. The Auckland 9 starts in a couple of months. There's still 4 months to get players free agency, or go look in the Super League, or look in the reserve grade, or New South Wales Cup or Queensland Cup, and pick up a couple of players. There is still time, but I don't see them making the 8 this coming season. That's not to say it's going to be a bad season for Penrith. I just don't see that. I see the depth as an issue, and I see having only one out-and-out halfback who's so young in Nathan Cleary as another weakness, because he could have an outstanding season. There's nothing to question that. But if he's to get hurt or injured or suspended, because players can get suspended, high tackle, tip tackle, if he gets cited for something, or injured, or he's unwell, so illness, or if he does miraculously get selected for either Queensland or New South Wales, so I don't know which state he would play for, but hypothetically, if he's to miss games, who fills in? Those are the random examples I'm using. If he gets called up to a state of origin side, which is highly unlikely because he's just not experienced enough, but if he was playing well enough, and the selectors go, right, which state can he play for? Can he play for Queensland or New South Wales? And they were to select him, even as cover, and go, right, you are now in this position. Who fills in at his position, number 7? Who would play at number 7? That is another thing. Matt Moylan could, now he's gone. Zelezniak is not an out-and-out fullback, he's more of a winger. He can play fullback, but it's not his preferred role. So they have got a few choices to make. They're going to be tough choices. They need to be made in the next 4 months. At the moment, the squad they've got is not a bad squad. It's lacking depth, and it will not make the 8. They might even have a really torrid season. They could have a really good season. Lots of young players they could keen to impress, but with Mansour having a lot of injuries on the wing, Lesniak now playing out of position slightly, Moylan gone, Campbell Gillard having to take on more responsibility, but he's happy to do so. There's a lot of young players there, but they're not as experienced as, let's say, a Melbourne Storm. Even the Newcastle Knights, they've got a lot of young players, and they got, but they've added experience, and that is what Penrith haven't done. They were trying to chase Mitchell Pearce, they were trying to chase Cooper Cronk, and they didn't get those signatures. So that is crucial. And in a very competitive league, where if you look at the teams that made it, apart from Melbourne, you take Melbourne out a bit and the Roosters, all the other teams that made the final 8 for the grand final were all very close on points, and the teams that missed out were very close on points as well, apart from the Newcastle Knights, Warriors and the Tigers. All the other teams were not many points cover the table. So that is another thing to look at. Is okay, it's a very competitive league. Couple of wins, either or a couple of draws in Golden Point can have a big bearing on where a team finishes. Those 3-point games are crucial. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Short little one. Just got to grab what notes I can. They finished 7th last year. I don't see them getting better than that in the regular season. I would say 10th is an optimistic bet. I would say 8th to 10th. 10th to 8th they will possibly squeak in. I don't see them bettering last season's league form. I really don't, because they have lost Moylan and their squad is too small to be as competitive. I can see them being competitive down the road, but at the moment, unless they add further depth, they are not going to be at the top end of the table where they want to be. They're going to be fair to middling. They won't be terrible. They're not going to be wooden spooners. They're not a Gold Coast Titans. They're far from that. That's where I think the Gold Coast Titans, where they're going to be wooden spoon. They look like they're just going to miss the 8. And we're talking by a few points here or there. They're not going to regress too much. It's more of a stability season, I think, and then looking forward to expanding their squad will be the top priority. If they do make signings, though, then this prediction is completely wrong. They could make the 8 again. But then you've got to look at the other sides, their depth, injuries, suspensions, retirements, long-term injuries as well. So we don't know. When the season starts, Melbourne might be a disaster. They might be beset by suspensions and injuries. Gold Coast might astound everyone and go on a long winning streak and then get themselves in a good position to make the 8. So we don't know what's going to happen. But looking at the squad, this is what I think could happen in the real world. If it goes to form and goes to squad size, this is where they're going to be. They're going to slip back a few places. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you later on.